J Project Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting? Visit us now. J Project Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting? Visit us now.
And welcome back to the EOC Gymnasium, and we're now underway dito po sa loob ng ating venue here in Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur. So we thank you for watching sa ating live coverage hatid sa inyo ng J Project Sports. This is the final game of the preliminary round ng ating bracket A between the Davao Eagles, the defending champions, versus the Sharks of Zamboanga Peninsula. Sa magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Ako po si Ray Alonsari and alongside with me is Ron Japet Mena. At gustong batiin ng isang magandang gabi po sa ating mga kababayan sa Zamboanga Peninsula Region. Most especially to our friends sa Zamboanga City. Buenas noches po sa inyo dyan sa Zamboanga City.
So it is an exciting action of play. This is the second to the last. Check that, Ray. So after this one, we still have one more game left to decide who will be the number 2 seed of the bracket A.
So yan ang ating abangan mamaya. And it's a good hustle there from Rene Baterbonia to give the possession for the Davao Eagles. There's Coach Jess Evangelio leading the sidelines for the Eagles ng Davao Region. Opening moments of this first quarter. Here comes Bayinting. Ito, magandang matchup dito sa pagitan ni Pandangan and Bayinting. Baterbonia, bibigay kang Maki Pellegrino. And there's the first foul on the game and that's against Felipe. So, anong tingin ninyo, Ron, sa what will be the keys of the game for the Davao Eagles?
Davao Eagles very eager to bounce back after that dissatisfied performance because Coach Jess said he wasn't really satisfied about how the team performed yesterday, but they'll be very eager to bounce back from that mid-performance, and especially the shooting. Alam naman natin that Davao Region can shoot from way outside, from the 3-point area. They were hot on their yung game nila against Eastern Visayas, but yesterday it was a very different story. They were not hitting their usual shots. So yep, one of the keys for Davao is of course to hit the threes, and I'd like to see more attacks, especially kahapon. They were really falling in love with the threes, and I didn't see a lot of penetrations, the drives, the dribble drives, and the mga drop passes. So I'd love to see more of that for the Davao region.
So we have a jump ball called by our referees tonight, as these games are being officiated by the DepEd Basketball Referees Association. A packed house ngayong gabi dito sa Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur. Now Solon, bibigay kang Pandangan. Felipe makes his move. And there's a foul against the Davao Eagles. So Zamboanga Peninsula, they have some struggles throughout this preliminary round. And they're gonna have a tall task ahead against the Davao Eagles. Ano sa tingin mo na maging diskarte for Zamboanga in the hopes of having an upset tonight against the reigning champions?
It would take a special game for Zamboanga to upset Davao region, but of course the ball is round. Just like that, he scored the first basket of the game, and then yep, gotta hit those threes of course kasi mahirapan ka mag-penetrate with Rene Baterbonia inside, and I think fast breaks would be a key would be a key difference here for Zamboanga if they'll be able to get a lot of stops in the defensive sides and run on transition. You'd have a chance against this Davao region.
Pellegrino on the jumper gets the first basket para dito kang Maki Pellegrino for the Davao Eagles. It's about 2 minutes gone by dito sa ating opening quarter on this matchup between this team from Eastern Mindanao and the other from the western side of Mindanao. Now 5 to shoot para dito kang Solon. He'll launch. Misses the 3. Good box out rebound from Maki Pellegrino. Ito, tumatakbo na si Rices Bayinting. Racing down the lane. He puts it up. Floater is up and out. Baterbonia off the turnaround. Misses the jumper. Good hustle by Sanoriat. But Cayetano on the way and hits the 3.
That is a Matt special. Matt Cayetano knocking down a rare 4-point play opportunity. Matt Cayetano, his first attempt from downtown. It's a shot that he like. Let's take a look at our sharpshooter moment of the game. Hatid sa ng J Project Clothing. Matt doing what he does best. 3-pointers.
And that is indeed his specialty. Itong si Matt Cayetano. So itong Zamboanga Peninsula will have a tall task ahead against the reigning champions of the high school boys basketball tournament. So he completes the 4-point play para dito sa Team DVRAA. Solon, ibigay kang Pandangan. Now matching up against a bigger Matt Cayetano. Taka will set a pick. And Felipe goes to work with 9 to shoot. Cross-court pass to Solon. Open look. Good box out rebound from Maki Pellegrino. Pellegrino on the foot race. Right to the basket. and scores!
Beautiful move there by Maki Pellegrino. Davao Region running in the open court. Look how athletic Maki is. Took it off near the free throw line with his two gather set and then the two steps. Lace it up and in. Ang grabe, taas ng talon nitong si Maki. And one more thing, Ray, I think Davao Region have to minimize those giggle factor na medyo nararamdaman sa because yep. As I've noticed itong Davao Region as early as first quarter gusto na nilang tambakan ang kanilang mga kalaban but because of the too much giggle medyo nawawala sila minsan sa kanilang gameplay.
But Terbonia misses the dunk but he gets it right back and scores to make it a 10-3 start for the reigning champions of the high school boys basketball tournament of the Palarong Pambansa. Under 6 minutes to play in this first quarter. Here comes Felipe. Gives it up to Solon. Only scored the only basket para dito sa Zamboanga and that's another turnover for the Sharks.
Yeah, one of the guys that Davao needs to watch out, but before that, we'll take a look at the elite player of the game. Rene Baterbonia, all hustle down low. That's underneath the basket against the defenders. So one of the guys na dapat bantayan itong Davao Region is that guy, that's number 62, Solon. He is a sharp shooter from outside. I believe he was the one who hit the first 3 points of the game.
Here comes the high post play from Maki Pellegrino. The cross court to Matt Cayetano. Misses the 3 and hold on, there's a foul. And I believe that's against Ganderos ng Zamboanga. I think he was trying to hold off Baterboni on the box out rebound play.
Back on the previous play ni Matt Cayetano, that 3-pointer, Matt could have used the fake. His opponent was already running on that block, could have used some flyby, but this time he's from the corner, 3, no good.
Cayetano, that was blocked from Granderos, and Solon tracks it down for Zamboanga. Here come the Sharks into the hands of Luya, one of their fastest guards on the lineup. That's a wild shot. Ito, tumatakbo na si Maki Pellegrino. Davao on the fast break, left-handed, finishes, and one! Spectacular move from Maki Pellegrino.
Another athletic by Maki Pellegrino. This time again on the transition, uses the left hand, switches hands mid-air. Another athletic move by this guy, Mr. Maki.
Here's our elite play of the game, hatid sa inyo ng J Project Loading Shop. We have a timeout on the floor, magbabalik po kami.
Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting to visit us?
And we're now at the halfway point of this first quarter. And Team DVRAA with a solid start for them. And Maki Pellegrino will have another one here at the foul line. Looks to take a double-digit lead for the Eagles ng Davao Region. So solid start for this young fella for the Davao Eagles. And converts on the 3-point play. So a double-digit lead para dito sa Davao Eagles, 13-3 ang ating talaan. And itong Zamboanga only has one field goal so far in the first 5 minutes of this contest. Here comes Luya. Wants to stop this run from Davao. Oh, that's a bad pass.
Basically, this is an ongoing 13-0 run for the Davao region. Remember, Zamboanga hits the first basket with that 3. And the score now is 13-3. Big comeback here for the Davao region.
And here comes Aaron Bayanban, now coming off the bench. Paul Estardante kontra ang Taka. The spin. And that was, I think, partially blocked by Taka. And here comes Luya. They need that spark. Zamboanga only has one field goal in this ball game. Taka able to break down the defense of Paul Estardante and gets the finish.
Estardante apologizing and owning up to his own mistake on that play. Alam niya na mali siya sa kanyang defensive position letting Taka get that shot underneath.
And that shot from Bayanban was blocked from Taka. Papasok na po si number 31, that's Kasan for Zamboanga. And again, this team, Zamboanga Peninsula, are composed of players from the city of Zamboanga. And here comes Bayanban popping out. Sanoria. And there's Aldamag now coming off the bench for the Eagles ng Davao Region. Foul on the reach-in at against Carrion ng Zamboanga. Here's our elite play of the game, hatid sa inyo ng J Project Loading Shop. So penalty na ang Zamboanga Peninsula and 2 free throws coming up for Aldamag ng Davao Region.
One more thing also for the information of everybody, Mike, Davao Region will face CAR, yung winner natin kanina sa overtime game against Central Visayas. So the Cordillera Administrative Region and the Davao Region will face off tomorrow. Bukas yan, alas 7:30 ng umaga. Kaya abang-abang pa rin yan sa ating mga J Project fans. So ngayon Davao, alam na nila kung sino makakalaban nila. All they need to do here is take care of business.
But they have to finish this game against Zamboanga Peninsula. Now 12 to shoot para dito kang Taka. Now tightly guarded by Luwage. On the hop step, extra feed, Kasan for 3. Overcooks that one and rebound tracked down by Estardante. Bayanban. And that pass was intercepted by Kasan. Solon, who hit this only 3-pointer of the game, fires and misses. Here comes Damag, now running down the court. Ball knocked loose and ball will stay here with the Davao Eagles with 18 on the shot clock. So papasok po si Quintao ng Davao Eagles as Sanoria will take a rest on the Davao Eagles bench. Samantalang Zamboanga, here comes Ramos, number 22, will check in for the first time. Solon will take a breather sa Zamboanga bench. Bayanban, corner 3 on the way, misses, gets it right back. Estardante almost lost it, gets it right back and lays it in.
Another shot from the inside. This time is Estandarte. Alam na, Davao Region has the size advantage doon sa loob, so they have to capitalize more on that.
A dozen-point lead for the Eagles ng Davao Region. Now 10 to shoot para kang Ramos. Makes his move against Damag. There's a little switch. Balikang Taka. Ramos inside, reverse, too deep. That is short. And we play on into the hands of Quintao. Here comes Bayanban, providing this much-needed spark throughout their run. Hanging in the air, misses the layup. And ball tracked down by Carrion ng Zamboanga Peninsula. Kasan, this time will set up a play para dito sa Sharks ng Zamboanga. Plenty of time to work with para kang Ramos. Ball knocked away and a strip. Here comes Damag. Behind the back to Estardante. What a play from Aldamag.
Eyes on the back of Damag's head. Look at that behind the back pass on that. In the transition, Estandarte trailing the big guy running down the floor. Gotta reward him.
So it's now a 14-point lead for the Davao Eagles early on in this contest with under 2 minutes to play dito sa ating opening quarter. Here it is, our elite play of the game. Eyes at the back of his head from Aldamag. Able to find Estardante for the layup. Hatid sa inyo ng J Project Loading Shop. And there's Shason. Now checking in for the Eagles ng Davao Region. So Damag will take a rest at the sidelines ng Davao Eagles as Luya converts on the first free throw. As this live stream is powered by J Project Sports. So follow and like our Facebook page sa J Project Sports. He goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. And that's number 34. Han will come off the bench ng Team Zamboanga. Currently a 12-point lead for the Eagles ng Davao Region. Bayanban almost lost it. But that was last touch by Luya. So papasok po si Bayanting ng Davao Eagles. So he wants to step up his scoring contribution. Itong si Risus Bayanting. And now it's the ball now against Luya. Plenty of time on the shot clock para kang Paul Estardante. Aaron Luwage. Pull-up jumper. That was way off target. So we approach 90 seconds to play dito sa ating opening quarter. So a solid start for the reigning champions.
Tama ka dyan, Ray. Solid start here for the defending champions. Pinapakita nila a much more disciplined basketball compared to their previous game. Kasi klaro mo sa previous game nila may halong gigil yung kanilang laro.
Ball deflected and here comes another steal from the Eagles. Aaron Luwage wants to redeem himself, mid-range and a foul. And that's against Zamboanga. So that was a late closeout from Han. Kaya nagkaroon ng contact on that contest against Luwage. Kaya natawagan ng personal foul si Han ng Zamboanga Peninsula. So 2 free throws coming up for Aaron Luwage.
Much better start here compared to kahapon. They weren't really able to make much separation in the first quarter. And we have a lot of 70K followers na pala tayo sa ating J Project Sports. Plus our live viewers here pumapalo na naman muli ng 50,000. So we'd like to greet all our J Project viewers right now.
Second free throw is good for Aaron Luwage to make it a 20-7 start for the Eagles ng Davao Region. And the Eagles playing their final game sa preliminary round here in Bracket A. As they're gonna play in the quarterfinals tomorrow dito po sa EOC Gymnasium. Kasan, bibigay kang Luya. Now guarding by a much bigger Shason. And we're down to 8 seconds on the shot clock para dito sa Sharks ng Zamboanga Peninsula. Ball knocked away. Carrion able to recover, but shot clock down to 5. Looks for the open shot. Great defense from the Davao Eagles, able to force the turnover.
So this is a 24-second shot clock violation by the Davao Eagles. So yon, shoutout sa ating 39.3K viewers right now. At kasama na doon yung pinsan ko at yung anak niya, si Aljen Cabrera at Zeus Cabrera, at yung kapitbahay namin na si CJ and Ellie Benimile. Watching father and son watching, making this as their bonding. Kumbaga,
and we go their way. Here comes Estardante barging into the paint. And a foul called on Team Zamboanga. So penalty na ang Team Zamboanga kanina pa here in this first quarter rather. So 2 free throws coming up for Paul Estardante. So kaya lamang na po ng malaki itong Davao Region. So with that big lead so far in the first quarter, nagkaroon ng enough time na makapahinga yung mga starters for the Eagles ng Davao Region.
exactly, and sa matatandaan natin, Davao Region, yung first game nila, they only allowed 7 points against Ilocos Region. And this time, it's also the same story, only allowing Zamboanga with 7 points in these closing remarks of the first quarter.
20 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Kasan gives it up. Luya, quick pull-up jumper from the right wing. That won't go. Here comes the Eagles on the run. Luwage got hammered, and 2 free throws coming up for Aaron Luwage. So itong Davao Eagles able to utilize this fast break opportunities, going aggressive kasi penalty na ang Zamboanga Peninsula.
Yep, and Aaron Luwage now making a living in the free throw line. So Aaron Luwage balik na naman sa linya for another shot at the charity stripes here for Aaron.
So we're down to 7 seconds remaining in this first quarter. And misses the first from Aaron Luwage. So you can check our online stores sa J Project Clothing Shop sa Shopee, Lazada at ng TikTok.
The J Project is really all over the world. So I have my friends here. I'd like to shout out also to my good friends watching abroad. One from Japan, my former Palarong Pambansa teammate Brian Piamonte, and one from Ireland. Imagine that day, umabot na tayo doon. Mr. Bob Acevedo watching all the way from Ireland.
Shot time here. Luya to the corner. 3 is up and miss, and that ends the first quarter. So a great start for the reigning champions, the Davao Eagles, with a double-digit lead over the Zamboanga Sharks. So second quarter coming up, it's 22-7 for the Davao Eagles. So second quarter now underway. Wala po dito sa Prosperidad Agusan del Sur. And Davao Eagles still on top by double digits, up 15. And here comes Taka with the rebound. Now Felipe, attracting 4 defenders, finds Solon, who scored the only 3-pointer for the Zamboanga Sharks. Turnaround jumper comes up empty. Putback is up and in para dito kang Felipe ng Zamboanga.
Lucky bounce for Felipe, right place at the right time, and again Zamboanga scoring the first points of the quarter. This time it's coming from the interior.
So the Davao Eagles will try to utilize the bench here. Sanoria fires away and nails the baseline jumper.
JM Sanoria, medyo hindi natin siya nararamdaman this tournament. He has been silent from the previous games, but this time this might be his breakout game and will give him confidence moving forward to the knockout stages.
Now they're down to 12 on the shot clock. Taka knocked away and a foul on Fuentes. So 2 more free throws to start the second quarter para dito sa Sharks ng Zamboanga. An opportunity to go to double figures here in the second quarter rather. First try is good for Taka. And this live stream is powered by J Project Sports. So like and follow our Facebook page sa J Project Sports for updates, schedules, and team standings of the boys basketball tournament of the 66th edition of the Palarong Pambansa. So pasok yung second free throw from Taka. Still a double-digit advantage for the Eagles. 24-11. Shason, muntik na wala ng control ng bola, able to recover. The push shot comes up empty. Ball knocked away and possession arrow will go to Zamboanga. So about a minute gone by here in the second quarter. Now Kasan will directing traffic in this possession para dito sa Zamboanga. And Felipe was fouled. Oh, that was actually a traveling violation against Zamboanga, and they have to avoid those silly plays, those silly turnovers if they want to stay within striking distance of the Eagles.
And you know, Coach Jess, I know at the back of his head, he wants to rest his key guys as much as possible. Kasi bukas 7:30 yung laro na, they'll just have under 12 hours of rest after this game. So you don't want to risk those silly injuries or even mga fatigue factor that might set in for his team.
That's a missed 3-pointer for Aaron Bayanban. The other way, here comes Kasan. Running down the court. No look pass to Taka for the layup. Great ball rotation from Team Zamboanga, cutting the deficit to an 11-point game.
Much better quarter here for Zamboanga. 6 points na ang nai-score ng Zamboanga compared to their 7 points in the first quarter.
And that's an offensive foul against Fuentes, the big guy off the bench para dito sa Eagles ng Davao Region. Pasok po si John Repompo for the Eagles ng Davao Region as Fuentes will take a rest at the bench ng Davao Eagles. So 18 to shoot para dito sa Zamboanga. That's Felipe against a double team. It was a great contest from the Eagles as that was an air ball from Felipe from downtown. Here comes Bayanban, who will be the main ball handler for the Eagles. Hook pass, Cayetano, extra feed. Nice two-man game. Cayetano rimming out on the 3-point attempt. And that's a rebound from Grandero. Kasan swings it over to Solon. 14 to shoot para dito sa Zamboanga City. Cross-court pass to Felipe to the corner. He drives to the lane. Nice feed to Granderos. And a foul called against Aaron Bayanban.
Somewhat a slow start here for Davao Region. In the second quarter, they haven't really broken into action. The time is running. I don't know, maybe may sira ata yung clock. Oh, there it goes. So that was 10 seconds of wasted time. But yeah, it's kind of a bit of a slow start here for Davao Region in the second quarter. Hindi pa sila medyo nakakabutas sa scoring column kasi, you know, Coach Jess also not letting his key guys get into action as of now.
So 2 shots coming up for Granderos. But actually, that second free throw is missed from Granderos. 6:25 to go in this second quarter. So Bayanban wants to stop this brief scoring drought. Damag hanging in the air. Another miss. Sanoria, offensive rebound. Damag thought about it. Gives it over to Aaron Bayanban. Matt Cayetano for 3. Got it. That's all net from Matt Cayetano.
Matt Cayetano, nothing but net. Look at the confidence of Matt Cayetano. He missed the shot earlier, but this time not gonna get shy. And he knows what he's capable of.
And there's Edding with the first touch, and he answers right back with a 3-pointer to make it a 27-16 ball game, still in favor of the Davao Eagles. Damag fakes, fires a 3. Yes, sir!
Back-to-back 3-pointers here by Davao Region. This is the key to winning big this game. Hit your outside shots. But what a fake there by Damag, faking them as Matt Cayetano was attracting a lot of attention on that help defense.
So we're now at the 5:24 mark of the second quarter. Here's our sharp shooter moment. Hatid sa inyo ng J Project Loading Shop. And by the way, shoutout ko pala sa mga good friends of ours sa ating Facebook Live. Mr. Crosscourt himself, Jewel Evangelio, who is watching now galing po sa Dakbayan sa Davao. So shoutout po sa inyo, Jewel Evangelio. Thank you for watching. That 3 is missed this time, and that will go to Zamboanga Sharks. So we're now at the halfway point of this first quarter. Rams Pandangan. Edding. Ibigay Kantaka on the right elbow. Almost stripped away. Edding gets it right back. And that pass went haywire and a turnover. Cayetano pulling up from the mid-range this time. Misses the jump shot. And here comes Taka against Bayanban. Hanging in the air and scores.
Taka, one of the solid guys for Zamboanga. I saw him played on their previous games. Isa siya talaga sa mga umi-score para dito. He's a big guy but also can play the wing. Same move here by Damag.
Different result, but another offensive rebound for the Eagles. Quintao draws the foul. So 2 free throws coming up for the big guy off the bench ng Davao Eagles. So far so good for the Davao Eagles, able to utilize the bench players as the main starters will take a rest on the bench ni Coach Jess Evangelio. That's the lead play of the game from J Project Sports.
So Coach Jess, I know he's preparing for their matchup against CAR tomorrow very early in the morning, 7:30. And nakita natin yung laro ng CAR at Central Visayas. To all our fans na nakapanood nun, what a thriller that was, Ray. It was the first overtime of this Palarong Pambansa basketball high school event.
So, dami yung mga sporting events dito sa loob ng Governor D.O. Plaza Government Complex here in Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur. And also a lot of sporting events from all across the province of Agusan del Sur. So you can check the Facebook page of Agusan del Sur, Palarong Pambansa 2026. Second free throw coming up for Quintao. Medyo malakas. And here comes Solon on the other end para sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Pandangan. Solon will try a 3. This time comes up empty. Taka will try to save it, but he turns it over. So a 12-point lead for the Eagles ng Davao Region.
More fans coming in here in the EOC evacuation center. So some of the fans already has vacated their seats. So a lot of fans also nag-aabang sa labas, and now it's their time to watch this game live here.
Even kaninang hapon, maraming nag-aantay sa labas ng ating EOC Gymnasium. As I think I've heard some of the fans, many of the fans from the outside na gusto nilang panoorin yung mga paborito nilang mga kupunan, especially from the defending champions, the Davao Eagles.
Tama ka dun, Ray. At hindi naman sila naisisi. Look at the game before this one. That was a thriller of a game. A carjack ending for ZPRAA and Cordillera Administrative Region. So talagang walang lugi. Lahat panalo. Lalo na sa mga fans and locals of Agusan del Sur.
Grabe ang suporta sa mga Agursanons dito po sa ating basketball tournament as we have a timeout called with 3:46 to go in the first half. Now a 14-point lead for the reigning champions ng ating high school boys basketball tournament. 32-18 ang talaan for the Davao Eagles with 3:46 to go in the first half. Solon will try another 3-point attempt. Goes in and out. And good box out from Paul Estardante. Bayanban on the forward pass. Aaron Luwage on the fast break. Luwage on the crossover move. Finds Cayetano. Comes up way short from 3. And Pandagan goes the other way para sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Taka from the foul line. Another missed shot. Here comes Damag. Bayanban, balik ang Cayetano. Back over to Bayanban. Contested 3-point attempt. Got it to go. That's another 3-point shot off the bench from Aaron Bayanban.
Look at what happens when Davao Region is not playing without giggle factor sa kanilang laro. They're hitting their threes. You don't need to really rush those shots compared kahapon, which they were missing a lot from downtown.
Another offensive rebound from Granderos. Solon will try again. A lot of empty trips from the 3-point line. Itong Zamboanga Peninsula. We have a 2-on-1 fast break. Dama, hesitation, takes it inside. And 2 free throws coming up for Al Damag.
Al Damag making a living in the free throw line. Si Al Damag, I think, pang ilang attempt na niya net right now at the free throw line, but he's somewhat inconsistent kasi I saw him kanina missing 2 shots.
And isang challenge din for Zamboanga is they were not able to utilize the opportunity na nasa bench na ang mga starters ng Davao Eagles, and they're currently down by 18 points. Itong Davao Eagles have doubled their production over the Zamboanga Sharks.
That speaks of the quality of basketball that Davao is able to play. You know how deep their roster is. You know that their main guys are on the bench, but look at it. They have doubled their lead to 80 now.
So a solid second quarter para dito sa reigning champions of the high school boys basketball tournament. Another missed 3 from Solon. Rebound lands into the hands of Luwage. Another fast break for the Eagles. Luwage struggling with his dribble, but able to find his teammate. That's Paul Estardante. Damag, deep catch. Layup is missed, and here comes Taka for Zamboanga. Zamboanga tracking a double team. That's Ramos in the shaded area, and finally draws the foul. We have under 2 minutes remaining dito sa ating second quarter.
Kanina sa pag-start nating second quarter, it was Zamboanga who was, dictating the pace. They were able to cut the lead to as much as 9, 13, 22 as I remember kanina. Was a sir kasi yung sabi ko they have already scored 6 points as of to their 7 points in the first quarter. But in the blink of an eye, Davao now has led as much as double as the points of Zamboanga.
So itong bench players ng Davao Eagles, so far they have done a good job in maintaining this advantage against the Sharks ng Zamboanga.
As you know, Coach Jess is trying to rest his key guys as much as possible to prepare for an early game tomorrow. That's knockout game, ha? when you lose, you go home. Ganun lang kasimple. So you don't want to risk your key players getting fatigued or getting injured into this somewhat non-bearing game.
So nice run in there on that last bucket from Shason ng Davao Eagles. It's an 18-point lead. Ramos on the reverse layup attempt and finally draws the foul. Kaya 2 more free throws para kang Ramos ng Zamboanga Peninsula.
And as Ramos is taking a free throw, I'd also like to greet a big happy birthday shout out to my friend Alvin J. Sumbilon, who's celebrating his birthday right now. And with another birthday guy, my basketball teammate, Mr. Dudoy Danyo, watching this one. And to my college friend, Mar Bulan, watching from Santa Josefa, Agusan del Sur.
So a solid start, especially from the first quarter. Itong si Maki Pellegrino, and we're gonna take a rest at the bench of the Davao Eagles. So limited minutes tonight for one of the starters ng Davao Eagles na si Maki Pellegrino. As that free throw is good for Zamboanga. 16-point lead for the Eagles ng Davao Region. Estarrante. The skip pass. Shason on the reverse. This time that spins out. We approach 60 seconds to play in the first half. So Zamboanga trying to trim down the deficit before we end this second quarter. That's a rush shot from 3. Estarrante now taking it across. Bounce pass to Damag, adjusting in midair and scores.
Damag has done the damage here for the second unit of Coach Jess. Siya yung umi-score ngayon. He's been a very reliable guy off the bench, running and drawing fouls as well as shooting the threes. Al Damag on fire.
Here comes Solon on the left corner, short on the 3-point attempt. And the 3-point woes continue for Zamboanga Peninsula. Luwage blocked, but a foul against Solon ng Zamboanga. We have 17 seconds to play in the first half. So the bench guys ng Davao Eagles able to maintain this huge advantage over the Zamboanga City team. Kaya nasulit yung paghinga, yung pagpahulay sa mga main starters ng Davao Eagles as they're preparing for the quarterfinals tomorrow.
Exactly, Ray. So, and let's not forget, may game pa tayo after this one. It's gonna be the Ilocos region and Caraga. So, you know, if Caraga wins that game, it will be a triple tie for the remaining guys here in for the remaining teams here in Group A, kasi Group A itong Davao Region and Zamboanga. So if Caraga wins against Region 1, maya-maya lamang, it will be a triple tie, and I think the officials will do the computations kung sino ang papasok via the point system. It's gonna be interesting to see who will advance into as the second seed in Bracket A.
Over the limit na po ang Davao Eagles, so that means free throws coming up for Carrion, number 12 ng Zamboanga. Misses the first free throw for Carrion ng Zamboanga. Still has 17 seconds remaining. So after this free throw, Davao will still have another possession, and they're hoping to extend the lead to wrap up this first half. And second shot is good for Carrion ng Zamboanga City. That's 1 for 2 from the foul line. So a solid showing for Maki Pellegrino in the first half despite playing limited minutes in the first half. And we're down to the final 7 seconds of the first half. Quick double team, but a little bit aggressive on the defensive end as Carrion was called for the personal foul. As we're down to 5 seconds remaining dito sa ating first half. So 2 shots coming up for Aaron Bayanban. So the Eagles maintaining this huge advantage as we're about to wrap up this first half.
Lead now about to get to 20 points. First or largest lead of the game para sa Davao Region, playing their bench players for now.
Shashon throws it up, comes up short. Loose ball, the tip, that won't go, and that ends the first half. So the bench guys ng Davao Eagles able to have a solid showing here in the second quarter as they're able to maintain this huge advantage as we're about to wrap up this first half. 42-23 still in favor of Region 11, Davao Eagles.
Santiago and I'm playing for Chopang, Australia. Come watch the World play July 1 to 5, 2026 in Cebu, Philippines for the SLA Junior World Showcase. See you, Maga Ka Sanag.
Hello, my name is Yakov and I'm playing for Chopang, Australia. Come watch the World play July 1 to 5, 2026 in Cebu, Philippines for the SLA Junior World Showcase. See you, mga kasinag.
Hi, my name is Jason.
J Project Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting? Visit us now.
Babalik po tayo dito sa loob ng EOC Gymnasium here inside the Governor D.O. Plaza Government Complex here in Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur. We thank you for watching sa ating live coverage hatid sa inyo ng J Project Sports. And by the way, gusto kong isa-shoutout. Shoutout to One Call Away Apparel Women Volleyball from Mr. Joros Costan. So shoutout po sa inyo dyan sa aking mabuti kong kaibigan na si Joros Costan. So good luck this coming Saturday for the Duao Davao Volleyball Tournament. So shout out to the One Call Away Apparel Women Volleyball mula kang George Costan. And also gusto kong i-shout out. Shout out to Pepet Maglines from Davao City watching from Bong Alvarez. So shout out po sa inyo dyan. Thank you for watching. Mula po dito sa J Project Sports. And we thank you for joining us sa ating live coverage. It's a double-digit lead to make it a 19-point lead for Team DVRAA.
So you can see yung lineup netong Davao region. They're still playing the bench guys here. But James Sanoria, one of the starters in the ball game. I think Coach Jess would want JM Sanoria to get his rhythm in this tournament kasi medyo hindi pa natin siya nararamdaman offensively. But he's been doing the intangibles, the defense, and some rebounds, especially on their previous games. But the offensive side, medyo nabablanko pa ngayon itong si JM.
Fuentes lost it, and here comes Zamboanga on the fast break. Oh, Sanoria with a chase down block. Here comes Bayanban on the fast break. Luwage puts it up. And this time he misses. Would have been a great highlight of the game here. Para dito sa Davao Eagles, di lang pumasok yung mid-range jumper from Aaron Luwage. Minute gone by in this third quarter.
So yun yung sinasabi natin, Ray, the intangibles na ginagawa ni JM Sanoria. Hindi man siya nakakascore ng medyo mabigat-bigat na production, but his rebounds, his defense, and his blocks was there ready to serve.
Cayetano, quick shot. And rebound tracked down by Ramos ng Zamboanga. So they had a difficult second quarter itong Zamboanga. They're having some struggles, especially from beyond the arc. As Granderos gets the reverse layup to drop para dito sa Zamboanga Peninsula. 42-25 ang ating talaan para dito sa Team Davao Eagles. Cayetano plays catch. Runner that was blocked from Felipe. And Sanoria chases right back. Good heads-up defense for JM Sanoria. So able to utilize his athleticism to chase it down. Almost lost it. Bayanban now has time with 14 to shoot. Luwage thought about it. The hop step, the drive shot is up and in.
Wow, Luwage attacking the rim with that side step, able to get the space he needs. But before that, tingnan mo yung hustle ni JM Sanoria. Kanina nakakuha siya ng block. Ngayon, he was also chasing down, but a steal that leads us to a two-pointer para sa Davao region.
So despite having a limited offensive game itong si JM Sanoria throughout this preliminary round, nakabawi siya through his hustle plays and also those defensive performances throughout this preliminary round itong si JM Sanoria.
Perfectly said, Ray. JM Sanoria. Kaya andito siya ngayon sa court kahit na mga second unit guys yung pinapapasok ni Coach Jess. He wants JM to keep his confidence going despite being a limited production on the offensive side.
Now 10 to shoot for Zamboanga. Taka on top against Al Damag. Now down to 5 on the shot clock. Taka has to make a quick shot here. 1 to shoot. That was a second too late there as a shot clock violation was called against Zamboanga.
Good call by the referee. There was already a 24-second shot clock violation. Ball was still on his hands before he released that shot.
So far the Eagles still maintaining this huge advantage, even though the majority of the starters are still on the bench. Bayanban for 3. And rebound tracked down by Ramos ng Zamboanga. That's Taka. Solon thought about it, but good close out there from Shason. Inside to Granderos. And turns it over. That's a quick steal from JM Sanoria. JM Sanoria runs down the court. Athletic move using the left hand and the finish.
Yan yung sinasabi ko, and look how delighted the bench was. JM Sanoria, he wanted to be yung parang maging mainit siya ulit sa opensa, but he's been very limited this preliminary rounds, and that will help him take that course.
Finally, Ramos with a three-pointer after a cold shooting second quarter para dito sa Team Zamboanga. It's now 46-28 for the Davao Eagles. Sanoria wants to go aggressive. Fadeaway jumper. Repompo wants to get the offensive rebound as he was fouled.
Good backs out there by John Repompo, able to get the position to, get a separation against his defender. And John Repompo, remember, grade 10 pa lamang to. He still has 2 playing years left under his belt. So we'll see more of him after yung mga seniors na gagraduate na. And he will take the spot soon as the main big man for Davao. As that time, that's Repompo attacking the rim off the dribble.
So plenty of breakout performances from the bench players ng Davao Eagles. So magandang kumpiyansa dito sa mga players off the bench ni Coach Jess Evangelio. That three-pointer comes up short. And that will go to the Eagles ng Davao Region.
Good mind games here by Davao Region, keeping Solon in check. Kasi ito si Solon, he was hitting threes from the previous outing, but right now, he only has 1-3 in his tally.
More ball rotation for the Eagles. Damag drives. And there's some contact underneath and a foul called against Zamboanga. So shoutout natin sa ating mga kababayan po sa Davao Region from Davao del Norte, Davao de Oro, Davao Oriental, Davao del Sur, Davao City, and Davao Occidental. So daghang salamat sa inyong pagtanaw sa live coverage natin sa inyo ng J Project Sports. So 2 free throws coming up for Al Damag. And by the way, gusto kong shoutout to the Alonsagay family, Rempuhito family, Balagot family, and the Kayunda family mula po sa Davao del Norte. So thank you for watching sa ating live stream sa J Project Sports.
Yep, shout out ko ninyo Perez and Mena family watching also from Panabo City, Davao del Norte. And to my good friends, my former sporting teammates, Ron Kobe Adonga and Jacob Taganas watching this one, sporting also from Panabo City. Ito si Damag really making a living in the free throw line, but that time, rare to miss para kay Al Damag, but thankfully, nakuha naman ng Davao Region yung possession.
Damag off the inbounds, quick release, graces the side of the ring, and Shason takes it right back for the Eagles ng Davao Region. Fast break coming here, John Repompo. There's some contact and a foul. And that's against the Sharks ng Zamboanga Peninsula. So last foul was against Saavedra as he was trying to push off Repompo. So Han, that's Han, number 34, returning to the lineup para dito sa Zamboanga Peninsula. And that's the last foul to give for Zamboanga. Shason will try a three. That was off target. Another offensive rebound for John Repompo. Shason off the sidestep. The kick out. Repompo thought about it. Ball knocked away and stolen. And here comes Taka with the layup, but that was way off target. Bayanban with the forward pass now. Damag accelerating. Shason from the left corner. Rims out on the three-point attempt. And good box out from Granderos ng Zamboanga Peninsula. We're not a halfway point run sa ating third quarter.
Yep, and this has been a slow-paced ball game. We haven't really seen lots of fireworks in this one kasi of course, basically this is a non-bearing game, Ray. Kasi itong Zamboanga, even if they win this one or they upset Davao Region, laglag na rin sila sa tournament. And itong Davao Region, even if they lost this one, they will still be the number 1 seed in bracket A, and they will face the Cordillera Administrative Region bukas. So marami din nagko-comment, Ray, bakit hindi daw pinapasok o hindi binababad yung mga idols nila. So ayan po yung sagot. Bukas po 7:30 AM ang laro ng Davao. So gusto ipagpahingahin ni Coach Jess kanyang mga players.
Here comes Taka on the other end, and there's a foul from Aaron Bayanban. So the bench guys has done a good job in this third quarter so far, able to maintain this 20-point lead over Team Zamboanga. Kaya nagkaroon ng additional bonus for the starters. They were able to extend their rest period, especially from the starters, the main guns ng Davao Eagles. So we're not the 4-minute mark of this third quarter. Now Taka, now tightly guarded by Aaron Luwage. And Ganderos turns it over as the ball was slipped out of his hands. At bola mapunta sa Davao Region. Here comes Quintao. Sends it over to the corner. Luwage will try. Graces the front iron, and that's another offensive rebound and a whistle. And with that last foul, penalty na ang Zamboanga Peninsula.
Yep, and that will be the over the limits. Take a look at the bench. That's Gian Bulasa. You can see na meron siyang cast sa kanyang right foot. It's a hairline foot fracture para kay Gian Bulasa, but he is still bound for NCAA. Will play for the University of Perpetual Health at Altas. So UPHSD itong pupuntahan Itong GC Jen Bulasa, and of course Maki Pellegrino right beside him, resting, waiting just for the perfect moment. Lalo na bukas, it'll be an acid test of Car.
It was a hard-fought game, yung previous game between Cordillera at ng Central Visayas. So they went into overtime, but at the end, it was Cordillera who went on top after the overtime session.
So when you look at it, kung kanina sa match of Central Visayas and Car, you might want, basically yung Central Visayas yung favorites on that. It was an upset win for Cordillera, so Davao really needs to be careful bukas of that upsets na kayang gawin ng Car.
Aldamag all the way, and the layup is missed. Estardante gets it right back, and the layup is good and one. So great heads-up play from Estardante off the missed layup from Aldamag. Great position underneath, and a chance for the three-point play for the big guy off the bench ng Davao Eagles with 3:13 to go.
Aldamag, one of the additions ng team ni Coach Jess, kasi yung 12 guys from Ateneo, the core team of Coach Jess, itong si Estandarte from the Lamb of God Sped Center of Davao City. Din yung dalawa is Gian Bulasa from Elias Lopez Memorial National High School, and Vince Fuentes from Bambago National High School, and the rest of the 12 guys from the Ateneo de Davao Senior High School.
It's now a 53-28 advantage, a 25-point lead for the Davao Eagles. The reigning champions still enjoying a huge advantage. That's a three, Malakang Solon, but he's having some struggles throughout this ball game, especially from beyond the arc, having some inconsistencies in this game.
So yun yung kayang gawin ni Solon. That's why he's being kept in check here, kasi in the previous outings he's been hot from outside, but that's a counter three from Aaron Bayanban.
He's also an underrated three-point shooter, itong si Aaron Bayanban, off the bench for Team Davao Eagles. Balik sa 25 ang abante ng Team DVRAA, almost lost it. Taka able to recover. Solon, he'll fire from way outside. Rebound mapunta kang Shason. Estardante, no look pass to Quintao, and the layup off the glass for two.
Running on transition, ang nagbaba pa nun, tumakbo pa sa transition yung center nila, si Estandarte. What a versatile guy he is, pushing the action despite being the biggest guy on the floor right now.
That was way off target from three from Solon, and there's another whistle against Zamboanga. So two more free throws coming up for Zamboanga Peninsula. Amazing three quarters of basketball for the Davao Eagles.
Matt Cayetano on your screens kanina, and it was Matt Cayetano who put a lockdown D against Solon on that previous possession that led to the Siason fast break. So Matt Cayetano, he's not just a shooter. Coach just trusts him to be a good perimeter defender inside the floor.
So currently a 28-point advantage for the Eagles. Solon, another three, another miss, and Shason with another rebound for the Eagles. So the bench players ng Davao Eagles doing an excellent job maintaining this huge advantage. That's three more for Matt Cayetano.
Rinig mo, hiyawan ng mga girls dito sa loob ng gym. So a lot of mga fans talaga ni Matt Cayetano, mga baby girls na nagsusuporta at sinusuporta at talaga nagchichil para sa kanya. But Matt Cayetano, you know what he does? Shoot threes.
Solon for the answer, comes up empty. And Davao Eagles wants to pile up the points, as that was two more from Paul Estardante. So it's a 64-31 advantage for the Davao Eagles at tatawag ng timeout ang Zamboanga Sharks.
Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting? Visit us now. ZPRAA Clothing Shop.
We're now exactly a minute remaining dito sa ating fourth and final quarter. So gusto kong i-shoutout one of my good friends from Bukidnon. That's Mr. Junko J. Redondo and Melbert Kababasada, who's also watching from Bukidnon. So shoutout sa inyo dyan. Thank you for supporting the live stream, the live coverage. Hatid sa inyo ng J Project Sports. It has been all Davao Eagles from the opening tip, Ron, dito sa kanilang final game sa preliminary round.
Despite Coach Jess playing his second unit, did an excellent job, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, 33-point lead here using the second unit. And also watching from the comments here, just like to greet my good friend watching this live, Jason Tokmo, and to Team Aces, to Team Bubbles of Aces 2025. Happy watching po sa inyo.
So we're down to 44 seconds to play in this third quarter. So the bench unit of the Davao Eagles playing excellent minutes throughout this third quarter. So that is additional bonus, especially for the starters. That's additional time to rest as Estardante with 2 more points in the shaded area to make it a 66-31 lead for the Davao Eagles.
Estandarte has been the man of the moment so far. He's doing all the damage here, all the scoring, and also all the pushing para sa Davao region. And there's a steal. Estandarte might have gotten a hand on it.
That's Granderos. Misses the shot. Still has time with 3 seconds. And that's another foul from Zamboanga. That's 2 more free throws coming up for the Davao Eagles. So Coach Jesse Evangelio is liking what he's seeing from the bench unit ng Davao Eagles. It has been a long night on the side of Zamboanga Sharks. Only scoring just 31 points so far as we're about to wrap up this third quarter. So solid showing para kang Aaron Bayanban and the rest of the bench unit. And si Maki Pellegrino having a good time on the bench of the Davao Eagles. Despite playing just limited minutes in the first half, Maki Pellegrino still having a good showing on their final game sa preliminary round. And they're gonna play tomorrow in the quarterfinals. 1 second to go. And the buzzer sounds here inside the EOC Gymnasium, and looks like somebody is down there on the side of Zamboanga. That was a hard fall there from Zamboanga, so it looks like he's okay. Thumbs up for one of the players. That's Alfad after that hard fall, so he's okay, and he's gonna head back to the bench as we wrap up this third quarter. 68-31 for the reigning champions, the Davao Eagles. Start of the final quarter, hatid sa inyo ng J Project Clothing Shop, and has been all Davao Eagles from the opening tip as they're on top 68-31. And the Eagles, especially from the second unit, even the third unit, playing some excellent minutes throughout this contest run on their final game in this preliminary round. And almost a strip. Solon will try at the shot clock buzzer, and Sonoria wants to get things going. Goes behind the back. And here comes Avedra. Almost traveled there, but somehow gets it to fall.
Zamboanga Peninsula running down the court on that play. And you know, the crowd reacting to JM Sonoria almost on that fast break kasi they're like expecting a highlight from Mr. JM in this one. Ito si JM Sonoria. Ito, bata to ng classmate at good friend mo na si Councilor Ayan Bahagi.
Ito, 3-point attempt. That's Fuentes gets the putback off the miss. And much to the delight of this guy, Maki Pellegrino, and that's Gian Bulasa. 70-33 for Team Davao Eagles. So an impressive showing for the second unit and even the third unit ni Coach Jess Evangelio. And that's Solon. This time we'll try to go for the bucket on the shaded area. So a valid effort for Team Zamboanga. Here comes the Davao Eagles, Sanoria. Cayetano with a limited productions from beyond the arc as he was playing limited minutes from top of the key for 3. That's another 3-pointer for Matt Cayetano.
Ilan na ba for Matt? That's his 4th 3-pointer of the game. You don't leave that guy wide open. Big mistake there from Zamboanga. But if you're Zamboanga, nothing to be ashamed of. It's already a big win. It's already a big boost. Just being here in the Palarong Pambansa, nothing to lose. And just great effort here. Putting up a valiant show, as you've said, for all throughout the tournament.
73-35 for Team Davao Eagles. Here comes the post play. That's Fuentes and misses the shot. Still plenty of time remaining in this fourth quarter, but I think at this point it's fair to say that it has been all Davao Eagles. I think the game is no longer in doubt at this point, considering this pace here in this ball game. That shot is good from Zamboanga.
Yep, tama ka dyan, Ray. And Davao region, they might be playing this game, but their heads, their minds are already set for tomorrow's clash. A do-or-die game, a knockout game between the Cordillera Administrative Region. Abangan nyo po yan mga ka-J Project, 7:30 a.m. in the morning. Kaya gumising kayo ng maaga bukas to watch that.
Saavedra leans in and graces the front of the ring. Fast break coming for Fuentes and drops it in. So 2 points there for Judel Fuentes from Samal.
And yun nga, napatayo pa si Gian Bulasa with his injury. Just to applaud Vince Fuentes. And to si Vince Fuentes, one of the roles niya here is to back up itong si Rene Baterbonia. When Rene Baterbonia needs some rest, Coach just hopes that Vince Fuentes will give him that.
So itong si JM Sanoria wants to keep things going, wants to have some good reps in the fourth quarter, where another missed jumper from JM Sanoria. That is the thing that he's trying to work on, those perimeter jumpers. Itong isa sa mga athletic players on the lineup, as that shot is good from the mid-range from Solon. So valid effort for Solon, and that's their leading scorer in this game tonight. That's Damag 3. And Aaron Luwage able to track it down. Sanoria, Luwage from 3. Another rebound para sa Team Zamboanga. So we're about to approach the halfway point of this fourth quarter. So it has been an open court fourth quarter as Damag goes on the attack. And that's 2 more for Al Damag. Solid outing for this bench player ng Davao Eagles, Al Damag, having an excellent offensive game dito po sa ating fourth and final quarter. That's 3 points. That's a 3-pointer for Team Zamboanga.
Si Solon, he's really a knockdown shooter from the outside, but it's just that his team needs more of him to keep things going. As Matt Cayetano with his 5th triple of the game. Don't leave that guy wide open. And ito si Matt Cayetano, if you're a fan of him, you're hoping that he'd go on a big game for tomorrow's matchup. So keep that one, Matt.
And with that excellent shooting performance for Matt Cayetano, from Matt Cayetano rather. So itong excellent shooting performance ni Matt Cayetano, he's hoping na it will carry on to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Here's our sharpshooter moment from J Project Loading Shop on another 3-point shot from Matt Cayetano, his 5th of the game. And he's hoping na maipagpatuloy yung magandang rhythm heading into the knockout stages of this year's tournament. And a much-deserved rest from Matt Cayetano alongside JM Sanoria. as they're gonna be expecting to be one of the starters tomorrow on their quarterfinal matchup against the Cordillera Fearless Highlanders.
Really looking forward for that game. Sa mga J Project, abangan nyo pa rin yun. So, mahaba-haba pa ang ating... at bukas, interestingly, Ray, if you win your match in the morning session, in the quarterfinals, you will play the semifinals pagkahapon. So, there will be 2 sessions tomorrow, quarterfinals in the morning and semifinals in the afternoon. We will have, I think, a 1-hour interval or 1-hour rest after all the quarterfinals match is finished.
That's 2 more for Al Damag, one of their top scorers tonight for Coach Jess Evangelio. At ang Davao Eagles, it's now a 40-point lead. I think this is the largest of the ball game for the Davao Eagles. On their first game against the Ilocos region, itong Davao Eagles won by over 60 points against the Ilocos region.
Yep, and this time, it's a 40-point game using the second unit of Coach Jess. You see the quality, you see how deep Davao Eagles bench are. So all of them really useful, really playing their role and really stepping up when Coach Jess needs them to step up.
Ball is stripped, and here comes Aaron Bayanban. Nice forward pass. Estardante breaks free, and the layup. That's an easy 2. Once again for the Eagles. So ito si Paul Estardante with a breakout game off the bench for the Eagles and Davao regions. Ito, magandang kumpiyansa for the big man. Itong si Paul Estardante. Kasan to the corner. And we're down to 8 on the shot clock for Solon. He'll try another 3. Another missed shot. Good box out rebound for Paul Estardante. There has been all Davao Eagles from the opening tip. Solid showcase for everyone involved on this lineup ni Coach Jess Evangelio.
Yep, and itong Davao region really looking forward to what will happen tomorrow. They will get as much rest as they can, as well as tomorrow yung advantage. If you play the first game tomorrow, you will have the longest rest for the day. Kasi remember, my if you win your matches in the morning session, you will have the semifinals, the match in the afternoon. So itong Davao, yung advantage nila, if they get past Caraga, AGSUR, they will have the longest rest out of all the competing teams, out of all the 8 teams bukas. So that is somewhat an advantage coming from them on that schedule.
But for the Davao Eagles, they're gonna take one game at a time tomorrow, as they're gonna face a real test bukas against the Cordillera Administrative Region Fearless Highlanders, and that's coming up tomorrow mula po dito sa EOC Gymnasium. So the majority of the points from the Zamboanga Sharks has been from Solon, number 62, one of their sharpshooters on the lineup from Zamboanga City. Estardante. Pass was tipped away almost. Repompo barging his way into the paint, and that's 2 more for John Repompo this time. And that gives Davao Eagles a 41-point lead, 86-45. As we're about to wind down to the final 2 minutes of this contest. And Taka on a skip pass to the corner. Into the hands of Kasan. But shot clock down to 2 seconds. Solon has to fire, but Zamboanga could not recognize that shot clock was winding down, as that was a violation. So amazing outing for the reigning champions, the Davao Eagles, most especially from the second and third unit ni Coach Jess Evangelio. Fuentes, that's Vince Fuentes, who scored his only bucket in the 4th quarter. Players got tumbling there. On the other side, Estardante wants to make a drop pass to Fuentes, but ball last touch by Zamboanga.
That's what a little bit of a dangerous play. That's the last thing you want to happen when you're already advanced into the second round. So gusto ko lamang batiin ngayon. Happy watching also. Talagang sinubaybayan niya at tinutukan niya yung laro to Mr. Van San Miguel, and to one of my brothers in Christ, Mr. Lorenzo Anoos Villabrilli, watching this all the way from Davao City. So happy watching po sa inyo.
Repompo will try his luck from 3 and he gets it to fall. It's a big time triple from John Repompo. So able to showcase his touch from beyond the arc for the big man off the bench, si John Repompo. We approach 70 seconds to play in this ball game. We still have one more coming up, and that is between the Raging Buffaloes ng Ilocos Region versus the Caragold ng Caraga Region, the hosts for this year's Palarong Pambansa. Estardante takes it all the way. Wins Fuentes, another offensive rebound. Putback is up and out. Another chance for Estardante. Balikang Fuentes and drops it through.
Double big here. I'd like to see moving forward sa ating torneo. There are like some searches, some stretches. Gusto ko makita magsabay itong maglaro si Repompo and si Estandarte at si Fuentes, kasi they are like 6'2", both of them, and very wide-bodied players. So if when time comes na kailangan ng dalawang malalaki sa loob, gusto ko makita playing down the stretch itong si Fuentes at Estandarte.
We're down to the final 25 seconds and Davao wants to play keep away. But ball will go to Team Zamboanga. That's Taka on the drive. And that could be the last bucket of the game para dito sa Davao Eagles. And Coach Jess Evangelio signaling to the players that they no need to shoot, as we're down to the final 5 seconds of the game. And that will do it. The defending champions, the Davao Eagles, will finish the preliminary round campaign undefeated as they're gonna move on to the quarterfinals. An excellent showcase, especially from the bench unit ni Coach Jess Evangelio, as the Eagles of Davao Region win this one in dominating fashion over the Zamboanga Sharks. Here's your final score. It's 91-49. The Davao Eagles win this one in dominating fashion over Team Zamboanga. So we still have one more game coming up mula po dito sa EOC Gymnasium here in Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur. You're still watching the Boys High School Basketball Tournament of the 66th edition of the Palarong Pambansa.